Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting. 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente, and here are some of today's trends in the news. Well, the news is still, they're watching us, they're spying on us. Oh, and everybody's getting tight about it, man. Clapper keeps that claptrap going. Clapper, clap, yeah. They're all the same. Over the last week, we have seen reckless disclosures of intelligence community measures used to keep Americans safe. Clapper, clap, said in a statement. Yeah, oh, thanks for keeping us safe, man. And who's keeping us safe? Wall Street Journal. U.S. relies on spies for hire to sift deluge of intelligence. Yeah, intelligence and Clapper, they don't go together. The leaks by Edward Snowden reveal a vulnerability in U.S. intelligence. Let's get this straight once and for all. These assholes keep failing at everything, so let's stop the bullshit. $80 billion a year down the drain. And you know who it's going to? I love the term. Military contractors. No, a bunch of private firms with buddies in the system that are giving them billion-dollar-plus a year contracts for nothing. Mr. Snowden and other private employees with permission to plug directly into National Security Agency systems have unprecedented access to highly sensitive information. The result of years of pressure to break down the walls dividing U.S. intelligence agencies and share information that might expose the next terror plot. Thousands of workers employed by government contractors sit side by side with federal workers. The leaks by Edward Snowden reveal a vulnerability in U.S. intelligence since 9/11, triggered by a surge of information collected on people around the world and the proliferation of private government contractors to store, sift, and manage it. Private government contractors, they're buddies. And I love the name of the firm. It's the perfect firm that's ripping off the most dough. Booz Allen. Booz Clapper. You get it? You're getting screwed. But don't say can't say the F word. No, that would not be polite. And Mr. Celente, you have to be more civil. Yeah. And catch this, man. Nobody's allowed to talk about this information. No, man, the terrorists are going to know about it. Now, let me get this straight. You could tell 850,000 private contractors the scoop, but don't tell us. Don't let us know. We're only the dumbass public whose money you take to pay your buddies all this dough. But don't talk about it. No, the private contractors could know about it, but the public has no right to know about shit from Clap. What else in the news? Why should I get excited? Oh, I don't know. You know this guy Snowden, by the way, they want to bring him up on charges. I mean, it's amazing. Here's what he said. He went to Hong Kong 3 weeks ago because, quote, it was one of the few places in the world that could and would resist the dictates of the U.S. government. Imagine that. The cat goes to communist China. Communist China. Hey, you got to get away from fascist USSA. How about communist China? Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Or as we used to say in the Bronx, beautiful. What else do we have going here? Debate on secret data looks unlikely, partly due to secrecy. Edward J. Snowden said he had leaked secret documents about National Security Agency surveillance to spark a public debate about civil liberties. President Obama, while deploring the leaks, endorsed the same goal of a vigorous public discussion of the trade-offs between national security and personal privacy. But the legal and political obstacles to such a debate, whether in Congress or more broadly, are formidable. They only begin with the facts that the programs at issue are highly classified and that Mr. Snowden is now a hunted man potentially facing a prison sentence for disclosing the very secrets that started the discussion that Mr. Obama welcomed. But again, the private contractors can know everything, but we can't. And what did this guy say? What secrets? That they're looking at every goddamn thing that we do? Oh, I can't say goddamn. That pisses people off. I won't say that. Yes, Snowden is a wonderful guy for speaking up. And look at them. Two little guys, Bradley Manning and Snowden, while all of you other guys don't have a pair of cojones to stand on your own 2 feet. Should he be applauded? Yes, and I did applaud him. So keep your crap from somebody else. Send it to the president. Don't send it to me. Moving on. What other news we got? Hey, dozens of people killed in waves of bombing in Iraq. They never stop. The country is in total disarray. Great job, huh, George W. Bush, Cheney, Rumsfeld, Powell, and the rest of you wolf of shits war criminals. But don't get tight about it. No, we got money to waste and people to kill. Hey, talking about money to waste, did you see the Dow today? Woof, way down, woof, back up, and now it's like, nowhere. Meanwhile, gold keeps taking a hit and oil keeps going down. Why? Because there's no future in the economy. We're going to be doing a special report on the future of the economy in this upcoming Trends Journal, and you won't read it anywhere else. Oh, Syrian teenagers' public death reveals growing anger as civil war continues. That's right. Check it out. The rebels, al-Nusra and al-Qaeda. Yeah, this little kid wouldn't give one of these son of a bitches a free cup of coffee. So he says, if Muhammad, peace upon him, were to come to this earth right now, I would still not lend a cup of coffee to anyone unless they pay for it. So what did they do? 3 men with long hair wearing long beards and the robes favored by al-Nusra and al-Qaeda accused the teenager for insulting the prophet, Muhammad, told him to leave his kiosk, and then they took him away in a car. When they returned an hour later, they shot the boy twice, once in the mouth and another in his neck in front of everybody. Oh, hey, these are the rebels that John Insane McCain and the rest of the crazies want to support. Wonderful. Hey, they did a great job in Libya, remember? They brought freedom and democracy there. You heard President Zero, yeah, the big O. You remember, just before he boarded that plane to Brazil on a trip to Rio with his wife, his mother-in-law, and his kids, when he told us we were going to war against Libya. Of course, they didn't call it that. They called it a time-limited, scope-limited kinetic action. Yeah, you're too stupid to know what that means? It means invading another country and then destroying it. Deadly clashes after Libya protests. At least 25 people have died in Benghazi. Yeah, you remember Benghazi, the place where the revolution began. Yeah. That erupted during protests outside militia headquarters. Dozens more were wounded. Wonderful job. Now go into Syria. What's going on in Syria? Not too much. Let's see. Double suicide bombing brings war back to Damascus. Yay! A pair of suicide bombers, al-Qaeda and al-Nusra, and all you Syrian free rebels of the world. That's right, they just slaughtered a bunch of civilians. But that doesn't make it to the toilet paper. No. They're our friends, and they're overthrowing that bad dictator, I tell you. And we're going to bring freedom and democracy with the same people that are destroying Libya, destroying Iraq, and destroying the world. These bombings come just days after U.S. news outlets reported the U.S. could approve military assistance for their rebels. Isn't that great? More of your money going to murderers. Hey, they murder them over here with drones going over there. Why have a middleman? Why put a drone in place when you could just fund the people to start revolutions and other wars? Isn't that a wonderful spending of money? With similar past attacks claimed by al-Qaeda-linked rebel-allied militant groups, today's bombing highlights the difficulty the international community will face as it tries to handpick which rebel groups will receive arms. No difficulties. These aren't difficulties. You got a bunch of psychopaths that'll keep screwing things up the way they did before. I see no difficulty at all. They'll just steal our money, give it to their friends, and keep enriching the military-industrial complex because that's the way we're getting the weapons from. You get it? It all keeps it going. Hey! Explosion hits Kabul diplomatic area. Yeah, another 30 killed. You remember Petraeus? Yeah, the little boy with the Boy Scout charm that the New York Times likes to talk about. Remember all his impressive progress? There's some impressive progress for you. Oh, yeah. And you want to hear some real propaganda? Check it out. The response from Afghan security forces was widely praised as a sign of their growing professionalism as they take over responsibility from 100,000 U.S. foreign combat troops who will pull out by the end of next year. Yeah, pull out. Yeah, premature, huh? Check it out. This is what Petraeus's former commander, Admiral William Fallon, called him. A piece of brown-nosing chicken shit. That's right. So don't get pissed off at me. Get pissed off at Fallon. You people that don't like my language. Yeah, he called everybody's favorite general, Petraeus, a piece of brown-nosing chicken shit. And that's no...
That was bullshit.
No, it's chicken shit. Gold trade is most bullish since bear market began. That's right. The start of the bear market in April spurred a surge in demand for coins and jewelry, with the U.S. Mint saying June 5th that its sales may be a record this year. Demand has been so great in India, the biggest buyer, that the government over there is curbing imports to ease the national current account deficit. Bullion for immediate delivery in China averaged about $31 more than the London price since mid-April. The premium had averaged $7 in the previous 12 months. Demand in India is poised for a quarterly record. Imports will be 300 to 400 metric tons in the period, almost half of last year's total shipments. Okay? They're driving down the gold market on paper as demand for physical bullion and gold continues to rise, as does the premium. Also from the Financial Times, call for whistleblower to be extradited. I say leave the guy alone. He didn't do anything. He only reported a little later what we reported in the Trends Journal back over a year ago. You remember, all aboard, next train to Auschwitz, how they're robbing our rights. Again, the kid, I think he's a very brave young man. Hey, here's a story from the Wall Street Journal. All you people that hate railroads, and that's why we have traffic jams everywhere, and our transportation system sucks, and you want to rip up the last of the rails that are still alive? Here, Seattle's light rail system has pushed up rents in some neighborhoods. It's creating a boom. Yeah, that's right. People forget America was founded on the rail stops. Bring back the rails. We got enough trails. And guess what? The people aren't walking the trails because it looks like a blimpie base everywhere, man. These people couldn't walk up a flight of stairs. Hey, you think our Homeland Security czarette, Janet Napolitano, gets on a rail? Or Hillary Clinton, man, that chick ain't walked too far. Nah, more rails. Let's develop America. Restore America, restore the rails. And finally, study. Cell phone use leads to spikes in blood pressure. Seeing spikes in your blood pressure? It could be attributed to consistent use of cell phones. People have lost their minds. The geeks have won. The geeks got you. Everybody walks down the street like this. They don't see anything around them. What flowers? Didn't see no flowers. I'm busy doing this. Yeah, handheld. They got the right word for that one, boy, because that's all people are doing with these things, man. It's masturbation all day long on their thing. The geeks got you. Look at those geeks, man. Look, they all look the same at those conventions, those Apple things, all those guys with the thing over here, you know. Yeah, they got you. Everybody's brain dead. Smartphones? Nah, they're stupid phones. I know, life went on without these things before. Oh, they're making things really great, huh? Yeah, that's why wages are so high. That's why we have so much growth in our economy, and the quality of life is really, really skyrocketing because of smartphones. And if you believe that, you're really stupid. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's trends in the news.